I guess I'll just have you step over that line so you can step out of her energy some. I'm going to go back inside your eyes because it says you have a tendency of having a belief that love is sacrificial. And because you have that belief, you have a tendency of taking it inside of your empathic energy, doing the same thing. You will carry other people's anxiety, their depressions, as well as their drainage. Because you believe that's a form of love to them. Mm-hmm. A lot of times it's going to cause you to get sick because you haven't learned to set a proper boundary in it.
Okay.
You want to see them somewhat grow, but it's not your place to watch them grow. You're to only drop the seed and keep it moving. It says also you have a tendency of having a lot of psychic energy yourself. And you can tap into the spirit world and the spirit world taps into you. But a lot of times you're afraid of what you see because you can't seem to control it. Because it's obviously your vibration was for you to just to set your intention. Because every time you set your intention, your vibration go out and get exactly what your intentions are stating. It wasn't what you said with your word. It was how you intended it to end. It's also the vibration of almost shooting into the so-called ether, into eternity, they say. But it had to start with you. Because it says you got a lot of power. And that's why a lot of times it's like, why you come to get read? You the reader.
Get that. Are you serious right now? Go ahead. After this, I'm going to give 2 minutes of your time after you get through talking to me.
I got you. But see, you have a tendency of being able to tap into Source, and Source has a capacity to tap into you. Your whole deal was just to listen. Be an observer, because what real true love really is not responding to the thing till you're ready almost on certain regards. It's learning not to respond at all on certain regards. But you know what they call love really? It's when you have a purpose of a desire to almost punish, but instead you let it go. You have a tendency of needing to understand that you understand understandings that people don't always understand, and trying to make them understand the understandings that they don't understand causes a frustration on you.
Are you enjoying reading me? Because you're reading me. So.
What's your sign?
It's Leo Virgo. I'm a Leo Virgo.
As it turns out, you got a lot of chi inside your hands. You can touch people and know exactly where they're pain, even how to fix them. And that's why they're going to like your massage. They'll like your Reiki if you chose to go down that road too. It's really your energy. They have a tendency of almost falling in love with the ideal of the energy, but they can't seem to almost capture you. As it says, your vibration has a tendency of being somewhat out of their reach, and that's why you are to choose your partner. If your partner tried to choose you, they will miss. And you ain't going to tolerate it, and that masculine energy in you start coming out. Because no one... That's right. It seemed like no one can get it done like you. The truth of the matter was they wasn't supposed to. Matter of fact, they were supposed to fail. And you was to allow your feminine energy to kick in and begin to teach them to do it on their own. Because if they cannot learn to do it on their own, they'll have to depend on you. And over time, you get weary. You get tired of that. Because it was never your place to stay in. It says overall, you could be almost a workaholic for somebody else, but it's hard for you to be a workaholic for yourself. And I'm not just talking about with a job either. It turns out that a lot of times it has a lot to do with giving more of your vibration over to other people over yourself. Because you believe that love is sacrificial. So you deny the real you for the sake of them. And you will call that love. And you will ask them to deny their real self for the sake of you. And you will call that love. Is that real love?
You're good. You're very good at this. You know that. You know that, right?
Because in reality, as long as you're doing that, you're doing things that you don't really want to do to show another person love. That's really a form of abuse. It's a trauma, really. So you send that vibration into the universes of other people who've also committed trauma against themselves, of disobedience to themselves, doing things that they didn't really want to do, just to reflect that trauma back to you, because they got to match the vibration in which you send out.
That's deep. That's deep.
You got that shit on record. Because in reality, what happens is if you will go to the opposite side of that spectrum, I'm sure. As it says, as long as if you will go to the opposite, I know that was your time.
Okay.
But I'll finish this little portion so you can have it.
Okay.
You will have to go to the other side of this equation. The other side is this. You do exactly what you want to do. You let another person do whatever they really want to do as long as you're both in an agreement. Because once that agreement runs out, you go back to love being sacrificial. At that moment that you decide to do that, you die. A piece of you've committed a sin against yourself. And that was the first abuse. It was also the first blaspheming against God, which was you. You disobeyed yourself. You didn't obey your order. Yours. Nobody can do that for you. Because if you don't learn to follow your order, you'll come back here again and again as a baby soul until you do. Anyways, so I get that
to you. Nice to meet you. Wow.